Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back once again with Destiny 2. We're going to be doing two videos in a row. The first one here, and they're actually going to be separate videos. We're going to do a development update video, which will be this one for sure, and we're also going to be doing the This Week at Bungie for January 11th. So they'll be on separate videos, so you definitely want to check them out on the website as soon as possible. Well, not on the website, but but on my YouTube channel for sure. So, according to game director Christopher Baird, he stated out the following. At the end of last year, we made a promise that we would update you on our plans for Destiny 2. The team's been hard at work, and we're ready to share where we are headed. We used to wait to talk about game updates until we were certain that we would meet our deadlines to avoid letting players down if we changed our plans. But no longer, we're not just listening, we are doing. So eventually, keep in mind that the further we make out some promises, the more they are subject to change. Okay, now again, for this development update here, it's a very, very long one, so definitely stay tuned for more information. First up, they're going to be talking about the Destiny content categories. Okay, and of course, the expansions will be purchasable updates, that will typically add new story, destinations, and gear, as well as the new Crucible, Strike, and Raid Lair content updates. So as we scroll down here, oh, and by the way, Seasons will introduce content that is made available to all players of Destiny 2 at no additional cost. Okay, so here's a look at the Destiny 2 post-launch content roadmap. That's what we may want to call it here. First of all, we'll start with expansions. This is content that is purchased. Okay. Oh, let me make sure my PVR is not frozen. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Okay, so for expansions, obviously you begin the new campaign and strikes, new destinations, along with the rewards as well from the new destination, a new raid layer, which is coming out in March. Not too sure what it is yet, but we know it's going to be from the Leviathan raid. New Crucible maps, plus new legendary and exotic gear. And as far as seasons are concerned, this is content that is available to all Destiny 2 players. And again, we're going to be getting Season 3 sometime this spring. I'm hoping it's in March. That would be wonderful. So again, seasons will include Iron Banner, faction rallies, seasonal reputation rewards, endgame playlists, seasonal events, plus new features and updates. And this is the big topic. Basically for myself, I'm a patient guy. I'm not going to get into arguments or anything right here. This is just what the fan base has been talking about, which has been into the hot seat for weeks. Eververse. Electively purchased or earn, which would be customization items, boons, and emotes. So as we continue to scroll down here, Iron Banner, faction rallies, and the rewards will be available to everyone as part of Season 2. Now additionally, going forward, we are making a change that new seasonal rewards from Crucible, Strikes, and Trials of the Nine will be available to all players. And by the way, before we go into Eververse, here are the two big endgame contents. The seasonal contents, excuse me. The two seasonal contents will be making their way very soon. So, we're going to have our second faction rally of Season 2, which will be coming your way on Tuesday, which is January 16th. And the first Iron Banner of Season 2 is going to be back in the rotation on January 30th. Next, we're going to be talking about Eververse again. We're going to be going back to that right here. Now, according to Christopher Baird, he says, we recognize that the scales are tipped too far towards tests at the moment, and Eververse was never intended to be a substitute for endgame content rewards. So we'll be making these three changes for upcoming seasons. The first one here, shifting the balance of new content in favor... Sorry about that, guys, just to clear my throat here. In favor of activity rewards over bright engrams. This will include adding ghosts, sparrows, and ships, and of course in parentheses, to date found only in bright engrams, to achievement reward pools. Also, they'll provide a gameplay path to earn bright engrams and all contained rewards, which will include the event engrams. And the third thing they're mentioning will give players more direct purchase options and make adjustments to bright engrams to allow players to get the items that they want more often. Sounds pretty interesting there. Next up, Crimson Days. This is a big one right here. We've begun implementing these changes for the Crimson Days event beginning on February 13th. That's the day before Valentine's Day. And I took a guess on February 13th and it looks like, ding, 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 I'm correct. Well, hopefully. With even more changes on the way in Season 3, which again could be coming in the spring. So here are the changes coming your way. The first one here, completing Nightfall, Raid, and Crimson Days milestones during the Crimson Days will reward you an exclusive legendary emote, a weapon skin, and an exotic sparrow, respectively. Okay. Also, players will earn double engrams at a level up, which will be 1 Crimson engram and 1 Illuminated engram for the duration of the event, which pretty sure the Crimson Days event will be only 1 week. Crimson engrams can also drop from completing the Crimson Days match and from completing the Crimson Days milestone on each character. So you can definitely do it on all 3 for sure. Each Crimson engram is very strongly weighted to new rewards when decrypted until all new event items have been obtained. The next topic, by the way, I'm just reading the whole update here, so I'm covering the entire update, just to let you know. XP rates. They're still investigating some changes, and the goal of any updates will be transparency and consistent XP gain, regardless of your preferred activity. So at the moment, it's too slow in general, plus it's lopsided towards grinding these specific activities. Now, the first attempt turned out to be unworkably buggy, so they're doing their best to investigate other angles. So they'll update us down the road. Alright, now we're going to go to the future roadmap. 3 releases that we may have to put on our radar right now. And of course, the later releases will have more specific dates as we get closer and closer. So here's the following content and features that will be available to all Destiny 2 players, regardless of the expansion ownership. Now, we're going to have an update coming your way on January 30th. And people have been talking about this, and it looks like we're going to be getting it. Masterwork Armor. So, of course, they're going to be expanding the Masterwork system to include armor. It will provide increased damage reduction while using your super. Plus, you can reroll the armor stat type on the armor, and similar to the weapons as well. Plus, you can upgrade a piece of armor to Masterwork by spending Masterwork cores and legendary shards. So here's a quick little example right here. You be getting a Masterwork helmet of the Kairos function mask. And there you go. So again, you need to have enough Masterwork cores and shards to re-roll this type right here to get a better roll. There you go. Okay, raid reward rework on the way. Here we go. We are updating raid rewards to make them more unique and interesting. They're now going to feature mods with raid-specific perks and adjust the rewards to ensure a raid item drops from each major encounter. That's definitely going to be big. The raid vendor will also directly sell Leviathan and Eater Worlds armor and weapons for purchase with raid tokens and legendary shards. How about that? That's going to be very, very nice. Thank heavens. They're also going to be adding a new ghost with raid-specific perks that has a chance to drop from the Leviathan and Eater Worlds final encounters. So the final encounters in the regular raid, if you defeat Emperor Callus, there's a chance that a ghost will drop there. And in the first raid layer, if you defeat Argo's planetary mine, there's a chance that a new raid ghost will drop. So that's just in final encounters only. The other ones don't count. We intend to return to creating more raid and other activity unique rewards in the future. Next, we have a February update coming your way. First of all, we have strike scoring plus the high score tracking. So first of all, strike scoring is coming to Nightfall and replacing the current time limit mechanic. That's very, very nice. The scoring is similar to the Destiny 1 system, but with some adjustments to emphasize competitive execution of strike objectives and support for player-selectable score modifiers. Now in February, the Nightfall high scores will be exposed in-game via new emblems and will unlock the rewards. There's also going to be plans for clan and community high scores in the works as well. There's a mods 2.0 version on the way, and it's underway with a full rework of armor and weapon mods. It's going to focus on reducing redundant mods with more unique theming and greatly increasing their impact on your power. Excuse me. So they're aiming for a February release. We don't know when the update's bound to happen, but the scope of the rework will push parts of, or all of it, coming out in early spring, if that were to be the case. So between February and early spring, that's their target. We will be evaluating how mods play into the Bright Engram economy as a result. So obviously they're sensitive to pay-to-win outcomes. There's some quick play improvements on the way. They're adjusting game mode rules to increase the pace of gameplay and power ammo acquisition in quick play. Not competitive. That's in quick play. Quick play, sorry. not quick play. PC tower chat. They're now going to be adding text chat to the tower for the PC version of the game only, not for PS4 or Xbox One. The exotic repetition reduction. It's going to prevent players from receiving the same exotic twice in a row. Now, you may still get duplicates, but just not consecutively. And fire team members on destination maps. They'll be able to see other members of your fire team on the destination map. Finally. No more having to ask your fire team where they want to fast travel to another landing zone. So it's actually pretty good. Okay, let's go to spring 2018. Actually, how far are we in, by the way? Well, 11 minutes in. But like I said, this is a very, very long development update. And I think we are about halfway there. We're taking the time we need in development of Expansion 2, which is rumored to be Gods of Mars. That will allow us to react to player feedback from Crucible Osiris. Now, in the coming months, they'll talk to us more about what we'll expect in the next story for Destiny 2, which will be released in the spring, along with Season 3. The team is eager to show you what they're working on. Now, independent of Expansion 2, the team is going to deliver a number of new features that will be released either before or during Season 3. And of course, every player of Destiny 2 will be receiving new content in the following categories. So we'll start with Crucible. Eventually, they want to give players new reasons to play with more variety and balance improvements. And Spring is going to bring a number of exciting and long-awaited features to the Crucible. Oh, sorry, my heater just came on right there. We have Crucible rank coming our way. So beginning with Season 3, we'll be introducing seasonal Crucible ranks. Oh, this is absolutely huge, folks, if you're a PvP fan. There's going to be 2 different ranks for players to pursue. The first one is the Valor rank. It's a progression rank that will go up as you complete matches. Of course, winning will help you move up faster, but there are no loss penalties, so that's good. And there's a Glory seasonal rank as well. It goes up when you win and down when you lose. So if you do the Glory rank, there's a penalty when you lose matches. Performance is how you move up here. So if I were to do PvP, my estimate guess, I'm just going for Valor only. Makes much more sense. And as we scroll down, look at this, folks. Private matches are coming to all players of Destiny 2. They'll be able to invite their friends to play on the map and mode of their choosing. So, of course, we have private matches in Destiny 1. PvP fans will hit the bullseye. Private matches are coming in Destiny 2. But we don't know when, though. We don't know when. My best guess is probably going to be before or during Season 3. There's a 6v6 playlist coming, in addition to the current game modes for 4v4. The Mayhem event will return as a limited time event during Season 3 and forward. They are going to be making some additional fixes and some changes to make quitting less common and behind-the-scenes security improvements to help improve the overall experience in PvP. On to additional highlights. The weapon and ability balance pass, the sandbox adjustments based on player feedback and data from the live game. They'll share specific changes as they'll lead up to Season 3. The exotic weapons and armor balance pass are going to be receiving a comprehensive design pass to ensure that they stand out for the rest of the gear and offer new, exciting, and powerful ways to play. Now, for seasonal reputation, the specific vendors will now display a seasonal ranking. Now, remember back, I think it was back in the fall. And by the way, kudos to YouTuber More Console. Remember, he displayed an image of it. I'm not sure how long ago. I think it was sometime in late fall, early December. I was really hoping we would get a seasonal rank. Because remember, we could get an exotic quest if we reach like level 25 or so for that vendor. That's a chance it may happen. I really would love to see that happen. Thank goodness they're bringing that in. Earning reputation will unlock unique seasonal rewards and will reset each season. Now, of course, there's improved Iron Banner and faction rallies, so in addition to these changes that you'll see when they'll return this month, again, faction rallies January 16th and Iron Banner on the 30th, we'll continue iterating on these to make them unique and the exciting experiences that we'll all look forward to. And the playlist reputation reduction. Of course, this one will solve the problem of experiencing the same playlist multiple times in consecutive or frequent succession for both Crucible and Strikes. The endgame player pursuits. The feedback on the imbalance between achievement and bright engram rewards. Well, they're already agreeing to that, and they'll be making adjustments to shift more rewards into specific endgame pursuits instead of generic XP grinding for bright engrams. They're excited to share the details as soon as we have them worked out. And multi-emotes. When they launch, you'll be able to choose which emote that you'll have equipped to each of the 4 emote slots. Vault space. They're going to be targeting an additional 50 slots to player vaults. So it looks like it's probably going to go up from 200 to 250. Yeah, looks pretty good there. They're going to be adding an exotic accessory tab to vault collections, so you'll no longer be able to spend vault space on exotic ships, sparrows, and ghosts. The PC clan chat. This one's going to be targeted for February, so they're bound to be adding clan chat to the PC version of the game. Again, they're looking for a February target for that, and introducing modifiers to add more gameplay variety to the experience in Heroic Strikes. And moving on to fall 2018 or sooner, they're going to be working on a lot more, but they're not quite ready to discuss just yet. So here's a small sample of items that will be coming up in the future, or again in sooner. The item collection and records, weapon slot and archetype improvements, additional Crucible playlists, Rumbles being one of them for example, better clan rewards, the Masterwork exotics, some of that ought to be good, Pinnacle weapon and gear improvements, improvements for Trials of the Nine, shaders and dismantling, the future of guided games, plus addressing the solo versus fire team matching. So there you go. That's a lot of big news here. And of course there was the final note, but we already know what the final note is. So there you go. That whole breakdown for the development update. There's a lot of huge news that was being discussed there. So what was your favorite part of the development update? Let me know in the description box below. I'm always open for opinions. Just keep me up to date. So that takes care of the development update. Now, I'll be back later on tonight or at some point soon, and we're going to be covering This Week at Bungie for January 11th. Thanks for watching, everybody. Subscribe to the channel for more gameplay content. Leave a like and a comment in the video section too, and I'll see you soon. Take care.